Good morning. Good morning. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Uh Christina, thank you, Christina, for the heads up about this press conference. There's going to be a press conference from the FBI. Uh I think it's going to be in about 10 minutes. So I figured we could hang out for a little bit and talk about the situation. It's pretty crazy. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock about the shooting. It feels very surreal to me. Um I was talking to a friend this morning. I was very emotional about the whole situation. It's surreal, man. It is crazy. Still crazy to me, this whole situation. So I figured let me go through some of the stuff that I bookmarked while we wait for the press conference. And this is Dean Withers.
Charlie Kirk is dead. He got shot at an event that he was hosting in Utah. And I am sad, distraught. In fact, I just cried on my live stream in front of 250,000 people.
I have to check it out. And now, for context, if you don't know who Dean Withers is, he is super like liberal Democrat, but even him, he has empathy for this situation, as anybody should, I think. But we'll get to it as well. That there's people out there celebrating and having the time of their life, all this stuff. It's pretty wild.
My goal in this video is to tell you why I feel this way. If you want to end gun violence, it is something that you can never celebrate. It is always disgusting, always vile, and always abhorrent. It should come as no shock to yourself when I tell you that I think Charlie Kirk was a bad person. I've made that very clear over the last year, but does that mean I think he deserves to lose his life? No. Does that mean I think his two young children, who were in attendance at the event...
That's the other thing too. I was talking to my friend this morning, and I was telling her his family was there. The kids were there. The kids literally saw the shit that happened.
where he was shot, deserve to watch their father die? No. Does that mean I think they deserve to grow up without him? No. Does that mean I think that his wife, who was also there, deserved to lose her husband? No. And honestly, if you answered yes to any of those questions, there's a very clear line drawn between me and you. I don't want your support, and I don't support you either.
Wow.
We as a collective need to end gun violence. And if that phrase is a negotiable for you, I believe that you're in the wrong. My thoughts and prayers go out to Charlie Kirk's friends, family, children, loved ones, as well as every single person in attendance at his event today in Utah.
There's some breaking information too. I see this now. I was tagged in it. I don't know. Let me see. The quartering said Charlie Kirk confirmed killed by far leftist trans radical. Incredible work as Crowder. Exclusive. This morning, my team received an email from an officer at ATF. The email included a screenshot from what appears to be an internal message describing a weapon and cartridge located by an ATF and other law enforcement near the scene. September 10th, approximately 12:24 p.m., conservative political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. The suspect fired one shot from an elevated position on a rooftop in an adjacent building on the campus. And surveillance video shows the suspect jumping off and fleeing. We did see that yesterday. The rooftop, the suspect was on the rooftop, seems like, fleeing from the area. Other law enforcement located an older model imported Mauser 30-06 caliber bolt action rifle wrapped in a towel in a wooded area near the campus. The location of the firearm appears to match the suspect's route of travel. The spent cartridge was still chambered, in addition to 3 unspent rounds at the top feed magazine. All cartridges have engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. That's crazy. An emergency trace has been submitted to the ATF. SLC is working with leads generated by the trace. The firearm and ammunition have been taken by the FBI and DNA for analysis. Wow. That's just wild. I don't know.
Charlie Kirk was shot in Utah giving a speech there. I just found out he's passed away. I can't believe he's dead. He was shot in the neck. Some of you might have seen an elderly man being dragged away. Turns out it was not him. Authorities don't know who did it. Violence is not the answer. This is a horrific tragedy, and we're all in danger now. This is a terrible, terrible thing to do. Violence is intellectual surrender. It's giving up and saying, I'm a loser. I don't know how to win in a battle of ideas. I'm going to resort to violence like an animal. It is the very last thing anyone who's progressive or on the left would ever do. We are for nonviolence. We are for peace. We are for our fellow human beings and humanity overall. So I don't know who did this, but whoever they are, they're a monster, and they've done something terrible. That was not just a pundit. That was a human being. I'm so sorry to the Charlie Kirk family. My heart.
Gonna throw it out there. I never thought I'd agree with Democrats, man. Thoughts and prayers aren't enough this time. There needs to be action. I'm done with this. This is ridiculous. You guys ever notice it's one side? It's one side every single time. Do you know what happens when you sit there, CNN, MSNBC, when you sit there and you demonize somebody, you call them a Nazi? Nazis are supposed to be evil. You're literally telling the entire country, that every one of your viewers, everybody that watches you online, that this man, it's okay to kill Nazis, right? You don't like the way he thinks.
Basically, yeah. That's what they're saying.
Who's the Nazi? You guys literally let this man die on your watch. You guys are the one that contributed to this. It was every single one of you that supported anything that they said. Every Democrat, every news channel, anybody that ever said, if you don't think the way we think, this man is a Nazi. This man had 3 children. He was a pastor. He was a father.
I think it's 2 children.
And he was loved by a bunch of people. You guys killed this man, whether you pulled the trigger yourself. There needs to be action. There needs to be something done. And there needs to be perp walks for this. You guys created a monster. You guys have to deal with it. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Sitting dead?
And these are the people celebrating.
Like fucking sitting dead? Fucking shit. Like fucking sitting dead?
People celebrating. Another person here.
I just watched a close-up video of Charlie Kirk getting pewed in the neck. No fucking way he survives. So you know what time it is.
But wait, there's more. Look at this guy here. Read the sign. Here, let me zoom in a bit. Hold on. This is probably better.
Charlie Kirk shot. Hell
that.
yes.
But wait, there's more.
Absolutely tragic news on the Charlie Kirk front. Apparently, he was doing one of his talks when a shot rang out through the crowd. And apparently, he got hit in the neck. How devastating. Now, of course, after hearing news like this, some form of memoriam is expected. So, in honor of his noble sacrifice, I am going to be getting absolutely blitzed tonight. Who's with me?
Again, this is the same side that claims they're morally superior than everybody else.
Right.
Same side who preaches empathy. These people are
right. I'm an empath. And empathy and love, and we just need to all love each other.
And they're disgusting. This event is showing us exactly who they are. And we're not making this up. They're coming out and posting the videos themselves. And here's what I would say. This is how the Democrats' messaging gets people to react. Because a lot of the Democrats' messaging, it's not about attacking the point you're making. They attack the person. They call them a demon. They call them Hitler. They say they're horrible, racist, bigoted, homophobic. They demonize their opponents to the point where people feel happy if a 31-year-old is shot in the neck and killed in broad daylight because they politically disagreed with him. Again, these individuals saying these things are absolutely disgusting human beings. Pay attention. These videos are popping up all over the internet. I want people to see the reality of what we're dealing with. The left is not the side of morals and virtue like they claim to be. Anyway, just a reminder, I have a free email newsletter where I go into more detail on many of these topics. This is
Okay, so hey everybody, good morning. So there is a press conference coming up. It hasn't started yet. I have the live feed now in the right-hand corner, so when they start, we'll check that out. But in the meantime, we'll just keep watching these clips and kind of talking about the situation. Oh, this was some messed up stuff yesterday too. This is something else I saw. So from yesterday to this morning, I was like bookmarking stuff to share with you guys, and I saw this after they removed Charlie Kirk from the scene in Utah. Some guy walked over the crime scene and stole some hats. Some other guys asked him to get the hats for them too. Let's see that.
Yeah. Grab me out. Yo, grab me out. Let's go up, guys. Come on. Let's go up, guys. I don't know. Let's go. I have no idea. Let's go. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Get the fuck out. Let's go. Yeah. Grab me out. Yo, grab me out. Let's go up, guys. Come on.
That happened yesterday as well. Matt Wallace.
That footage is horrifying. I pulled off on the side of the road to talk about this. What I just witnessed happen to Charlie Kirk is something I never thought I would see. I never thought someone, for just talking to people, for posting videos online, would have their life taken from them in such a brutal way. And it wasn't just one person. This wasn't someone who is a deranged individual. This is a representation of a mentality of a cult who wants the blood of their enemies, who is supported by the media, a group of people who care more about politics than anything else. That's their religion. It is a disturbing trend. And now's the time where we take our country back. We don't stop fighting. We don't back down. As scary as this is, as much as this will change all of us forever, I will never step out of my door and not think about that and not worry about what would happen if my kids, who are around the same age, like I said, as Charlie Kirk's kids, never saw their father again or had to watch that video getting posted online. There's no going back from that. There's no recovering from that. Pray for Charlie Kirk's family and pray that we are able as a country to move on and fight back against what is the most evil thing we've ever seen in our country.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Talk to God.
We'll get back to that. So apparently too, MSNBC, you guys might remember yesterday we kind of covered, apparently a political analyst, Matthew Dowd, was fired or terminated over controversial remarks made in the aftermath. Let's see, what's that? I don't know, there's somebody at my door. All right, help me play this.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this. But following up on what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to hateful thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Talk to me about the environment in which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. We don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this. But following up on what was just said, he's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at
Hate speech. It should kill you.
certain groups.
You say something different, they should kill
And
you.
I always go back to
It's crazy,
hateful
dude.
thoughts lead to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
Talk to me about.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is some drone footage too. AZ posted this. Drone footage by Taylor Hansen reveals Charlie Kirk's assassination crime scene. Let's take a look at that. No audio, by the way, but... And we're just waiting for the press conference. Oh. That's a tent that Charlie was under, yeah. Charlie's tent. Pictures? Okay, thank you, Christina. Christina, by the way, when I first started the stream, I said thank you for telling me about the press conference because I didn't know about that. Oh, so this is this the rooftop here? Let's see. Take it back a little bit. Oh, and yesterday we saw articles where they were saying that I mean, there was no kind like security just let everybody in. There was no like, diligence really in checking people. Direction the shooter ran. I agree, Salty. I feel like Charlie was one of like the nicer people. I mean, you can go watch his clips on Instagram, on YouTube. I used to see his clips all the time. Like this whole hate speech bullshit that they're saying about this guy is crazy. Oh, let me put the we're still waiting on the press conference. It's right there. Hey, Julie. That's a good question too. How do you get up there? I don't know. Yeah. And so, for those that don't know, the shooter has not been caught. There was I thought there was 2 or 3 arrests or something. 2 arrests, people taken into custody, but they were let go. I guess they weren't involved.
Everyone, my name is Hillary Kellner. I'm the communications director for the Utah Department of Public Safety. I just wanted to give you all a quick 5-minute warning.
5 minutes.
We are going to have the special agent in charge with the FBI as well as Commissioner Mason with DPS. So if you want to get that ready, this should be here in the next couple of minutes. Thanks.
Okay. So in about 5 minutes, they'll start the press conference. Okay. This is a Strickland. I don't know what's up with this dude. Talks about how he was excited when they found out Charlie Kirk was shot. This guy's ridiculous.
I'm on Twitter, and somebody says, "Hey, did you hear that Charlie Kirk got shot?" And my gut reaction was like, "No, I fucking didn't," but I'm excited. Like, I felt this little dopamine spike in me where I'm like, dude, I want to see the video. And then I seen the video real bad, but I still kind of excited from it. Like, oh shit, like I could feel like my muscles tensing. And then I start thinking, man, well, what's going to come from this? Was the shooter black? Was it a liberal? Am I going to get more fun? Am I going to get more violence? Let's burn this motherfucker down. I need some excitement. And then you start thinking, man, like, how the fuck did I become such a sociopath? Like, how am I so disattached from human beings? When people walk down the street, I don't even see people. I just see potential threats and problems.
It's just really weird. Upstairs? Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah. Sorry, guys. There's somebody here working on stuff. Strickland. He says, I'm just numb to seeing people die online. The entire world watch Ukrainian girl get murdered. Every day someone is getting murdered live streamed. Two men standing behind Charlie Kirk look like they gave hand signals. Some people were saying, too, they think this was like a professional hit.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know
I don't know.
how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been?
Extended footage of a fight at Idaho Capitol after a man drove through the vigil on a scooter yelling F Charlie Kirk. Check it out.
This guy's gonna get fucked. Some
Hold on, this lady's talking.
O-N. Anyone need me to repeat that? One more time. Robert Bowles, R-O-B-E-R-T, Bowles, B-O-H-L-S, and then Bo Mason, B-E-A-U, Mason, M-A-S-O-N.
I'll have a better quality one.
Everybody got that?
Okay.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name
we're
is
starting.
Hillary
Okay.
Kellner. I'm the Communications Director for the Utah Department of Public. Last name, M-A-S-O-N. Anyone need me to repeat that?
Yeah, one more time, please.
One more time. Robert Bowles, R-O-B-E-R-T, Bowles, B-O-H-L-S.
Brown Sugar and Job for 9. Thank you so much for the super
And then
chat.
Bo Mason, B-E-A-U, Mason, M-A-S-O-N. Everybody got that? Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Hillary Kellner. I'm the Communications Director for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today, we will have two speakers, one representing the state of Utah and one representing our federal agencies. They will be providing some updates as well as a recap of what happened here at Utah Valley University yesterday. We will be able to take a couple of questions after they are done speaking, but it will be short in order to stay in tune with the president speaking at 9:45. So I'll go ahead and introduce Commissioner Bo Mason.
Oh, Trump's talking later too?
Good morning. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. I'd be remiss if we didn't start off today and recognize the significance of the day. Historically on 9/11, law enforcement has come together as a group to recognize and honor those that sacrificed to preserve the ideals of this country, the freedoms of this country. And instead we find ourselves today hunting a murderer who chose to violate our rights, the rights of an individual within this country. Just to recap yesterday's events, at around 12:20 p.m., political influencer Charlie Kirk was at Utah Valley University participating in a student-sponsored event with Turning Point USA. Charlie was shot at that event. He was transported to a local hospital where he later passed.
Okay, thank you.
Last night, his body was moved to the state office of the medical examiner. We will continue to facilitate movements to get him home today and with his family. Yesterday, during the investigative process, we located a couple of persons of interest. We interviewed those individuals, and after releasing them and after clearing them of being suspects, they faced scrutiny, they faced threats. We asked the public to be patient with the investigative process. These individuals were not suspects, they were people of interest. We ask that you do not impose into those people and that investigative process. They don't deserve that harassment for being subject to that. I'd like to thank all the investigators that are involved in this. They have worked around the clock. All day yesterday, through the night last night, investigators from the State Bureau of Investigations, from county, from city agencies, the university, our federal partners with the FBI, the ATF, and many others. Those are just a few of the people that we have involved in this. I'd like to thank all of them for their strong work. through all that work last night, we were able to make a few breakthroughs. We were able to track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., this subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood. Our investigators have worked through those neighborhoods, contacting anybody they can with doorbell cameras, witnesses, and have thoroughly worked through those communities, trying to identify any leads. We do have good video footage of this individual. We are not going to release that at this time.
Oh.
We are working through some technologies and some ways to identify this individual. If we are unsuccessful, we will reach out to you as the media and we will push that publicly to help us identify them. But we're confident in our abilities right now, and we would like to move forward in a manner that keeps everyone safe and moves this process appropriately. Last night I communicated with Erica. That family's devastated. As a commissioner of public safety, as a father, as a husband, I can only imagine what that family's going through. The heinous event that happened yesterday is not in Utah. This is not what we're known for. Over the past several weeks, we've seen this state come together to help families in mourning, come together as a community to show what Utah is known for a state of character, of service, of camaraderie, of a neighboring feel. We will not stand for what happened yesterday. We are exhausting every lead. We have every officer invested in this, every investigator, every local agency. The outpouring of support from the law enforcement community has been astounding. We are investing everything we have into this, and we will catch this individual. Having walked through the crime scene, through the hallways of this school, through the classrooms, I can't imagine what the people on scene felt as well. A horrific event where some of them barricaded in classrooms, some of them ran in fear. Can't overstate the tragedy and the horrific event that yesterday was, and how we will work to bring to justice the actions of one individual or any other individuals that assisted in that. Our state has gone through a lot, and we will come out successful. With that, I'll turn the time over to Special Agent Bowles.
Good morning. My name is Robert Bowles, and I am the Special Agent in charge of the Salt Lake Field Office. Following yesterday's tragic shooting of Charlie Kirk, FBI agents have been working around the clock in coordination with our law enforcement partners. We are and will continue to work nonstop until we find the person that has committed this heinous crime and find out why they did it. This morning I can tell you that we have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle. That rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. The FBI laboratory will be analyzing this weapon. Investigators have also collected footwear impression, a palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis. Now, I understand there are a lot of questions about motive. I assure you that all leads, tips are being fully investigated. As of this morning, we have received more than 130 tips. We thank the community for that. The FBI has brought every resource to bear, and we will continue to do so throughout the course of this investigation. The FBI's mission is to protect the American people. It's to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Any attack on the First Amendment is an attack on the very foundation of our democracy. That is why we will relentlessly pursue this case and the shooter until we find him. We also continue to grieve with the family and the community. it's our community. If you have any video or images from the shooting, we ask you to please submit them to our digital media tip website at www.fbi.gov/Utah Valley Shooting. You can also call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. We truly rely on the public's help in these types of cases, and no tip is too small or insignificant. Thank you.
Commissioner James Matthews from Sky News. Can I ask about the shooter? There's clearly information about him or her. You say you're confident at this stage in terms of tracking down who they are. Can you talk to us about their movements, their demeanour? Do you think it's a man? And also, can I ask, what were the security arrangements in place? Was that roof being monitored? It's a question many people will have.
Absolutely. So what I'll release about the suspect is suspect blended in well with a college institution. We're not releasing many details right now, and we will soon.
Blended in well.
But right now we're not. But that individual,
were they a student at the college?
Appears to be of college age. We are confident in our abilities to track that individual. If we're unsuccessful in identifying them immediately, we will reach out for the public's help and the media's help in pushing those photos. That was a new development overnight, working through the night, studying those cameras. So that's something that's new and that we're working through right now. As far as the security, I cannot speak to that. Neither the Department of Public Safety nor the Federal Bureau of Investigation was involved in the planning or security of this event, and that'll have to be a question later for other agencies.
I wanted to ask you, you mentioned that you found the gun in a wooded area. Do you believe that the suspect could be hiding in the woods, and is that suspect possibly still in this area?
So that's a good question, and it's a question that goes to the safety of the community, right? No, not in those woods. We've walked through those woods and secured it. As to the community, I can tell you that this was a targeted event. We don't believe that the community is at risk. However, we are exhausting every resource to find him, and we will do so.
Special Agent Bowles never speak with the BBC. From the images you have, can you see clearly the suspect's face? You say he's college age. Do you believe he was from this university?
Right.
And how far do you think he may have gone in this time span?
So I can't comment specifically on his face or any details such as that, as it's continuing to be a part of the investigation, and again, we'll release that shortly. However, we're doing everything we can to find him, and we're not sure how far he has gone yet. But we will.
But you have a clear image of his face?
We have images of the suspect.
So
can you trace the gun owner?
That you've been able to recover, do you believe you know who this person is, the person that you're looking for at this point?
Again, as part of the investigation, we're not releasing any details such as that.
Any fingerprints or DNA?
We are exhausting all of our resources to be able to collect those, but that's, again, part of the investigation.
Have you been able to trace back the owner of the gun?
Excuse me?
You said you found the weapon. Have you been able to trace back the owner of that weapon or who purchased it?
We are working on that, but again, part of the investigation that I can't.
Agent Bowles, there's been a lot of turnover at the FBI. Do you think that's impacting the investigation at all?
Not at all. We've got complete and total support from everyone from director on down, and it's been an incredible supportive environment so far.
Are tweets like the one yesterday useful, though, where we announced that there's a suspect in custody?
All I can say is that we're working the investigation the best we have with the environment we're given.
Those are all the questions for right now. Thank you, everybody.
Those are all the questions, okay. I wonder if it was a student at the university.
Feel they have it down. Carter Evans is down on the scene and asked some questions there at the press conference. Carter, what stood out to you?
Well, you know, they seem pretty confident that they have an idea of
this individual that they're looking for. And as the special agent in charge was walking away here, I mentioned that he said the word he many times, and he did confirm that the subject that they are looking for is a male. As you mentioned, they found that rifle in the woods. I asked if they thought he might still be in the area. They said they searched that wooded area and they were able to clear it. The one thing that they did point out is that they were able to track his movements from very early on, from the time he entered campus to the time he entered the building, went up the stairs, got on the roof. The shooting occurred, and then they see him jumping down from the building to another building, and then escaping off into a neighborhood. They went into that neighborhood also to gather more video from Ring cameras and such. They are not sharing that video with us, as you mentioned, and they will not get into details exactly what that video shows. Did they get a good look at this individual's face? That is unclear. That's a question they would not.
That's the rooftop video we saw yesterday. We were talking about that. You can see the shooter running off. There's a lot of talk this morning, I guess, about, or it was yesterday too, about this plane. They're saying a private jet under the tail number N888KG left Provo Airport an hour after the shooting. Suspiciously, 30 minutes into the flight, it drops off of ADS illegally and reappears headed back to Provo approximately an hour later. Why did this plane turn off the radar? But maybe people are suggesting something. Candace Owens quoted that tweet, I guess. If anybody knows anything about this, please comment below or email. You know, some people think it was a professional hit. Some people don't. This person definitely, I mean, I saw somebody in the comments say that, like, if it was professional, they wouldn't have left their weapon. Maybe so. But definitely this person has gone to lengths to run and hide, for sure. I'm surprised they haven't been caught yet at such a public event.
Of people and having people misidentified by the public, that can go far. That can metastasize and cause trouble for people misidentified. And you heard them at the beginning of that news conference say there's been threats against or hassling of the people who were detained briefly yesterday and released for having no connection to the shooting. They don't want that to happen too. A couple other notes that I underscored here. The arrival time of this shooter, 11:52 a.m. local time in Utah. That's 8 minutes before the event began yesterday. This is not a situation where somebody was there with plenty of time to set up an elaborate setup and do elaborate planning on site. It's a pretty quick turnaround. And they say no danger to the public. Tony, an indication this is very much a targeted political assassination.
Certainly seems that way.
And so the new thing this morning, too, Steven Crowder posted that, like I said earlier in the stream, that this morning my team received an email from an officer at ATF. They're saying that supposedly the weapon and cartridges located by the ATF and other law enforcement on the scene, there was writings and inscriptions on it. All the cartridges have engraved wording on them expressing transgender and anti-fascist ideology. I wonder if that's true. So Alex Jones quote tweeted it and replied.
Steven Crowder is now exclusively reporting from ATF documents he got from the ATF confirmed that it was a trans shooter, they believe, because they found the rifle on the roof where we thought it came from, where everybody saw the person up there. Left the rifle with all the trans carvings, just like the shooter up in Minneapolis a few weeks ago. And they've been calling for their days of rage. They have been building up. They're very suicidal. They believe it's everybody's fault, and they've got to go out and kill. And so that's who they're after right now on the manhunt. We actually believe we know who it is. There was an individual that said on internet posts and social media that something big was going to happen that day who was trans. That's probably the main person, but there's going to be a lot more of this, folks. This is literally a zombie army of killers. And they're totally brainwashed. This is MK Ultra 2.0. Pray for Charlie Kirk and his family. Steven Crowder's been covering live on his show.
Okay. And Jennifer Coffindaffer posted this. Words of wisdom from the late Charlie Kirk to a 13-year-old girl. Courage is the ultimate virtue.
What advice do you have for me as I move into adulthood in order to become a more informed and involved citizen?
Well, first of all, thank you for being here, and I have hope thanks to people like you. How old are you again?
13.
13. Here's a couple things I want to encourage you to do. Learn something new every single day. And focus on what it means to be a good person and a person of strong character. Aristotle said that courage is the ultimate virtue. Without it, there are no other virtues. If people aren't courageous, you don't have honesty, you don't have justice, you don't have beauty, you don't have wonder. And so at age 13, I want you to commit yourself to a life of courage. Courage is doing the right thing when you don't know how it's going to work out. Courage is committing yourself to the correct course of action, regardless of the cost associated to it.
Every human being, I believe, is made in the image of the divine, is sacred, is unique, and if we get away from this principle as we have, we not only have moral degradation, we not only have the collapsing society around us, but it's bad for that being itself. That being itself is unique. That being has rights, and who are we to say, just because we're older, that we get to murder it? Thank you.
Damn, man. The video with his daughter, that hits deep. Yeah, that hurts to see that. Especially that his family was there. A lot of people are talking about this jet. Why did a private jet take off from a private airport 12 minutes from the shooting? I guess we'll see if they look more into that. If they can pull up more information.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
I love you too.
Gigi, don't just get to get everything you want. Okay. Well, you have to be on very good behavior to get such a thing like this. Okay? Hold on. You have to behave well.
Did you earn it?
I know, but what did you do for it? Have you been a good girl? Okay, I'll get it for you.
Suspect is in the area. Tell us about what they told you.
Yeah, so what I wanted to know is they found this rifle in the woods nearby, and I wanted to know if they believe that individual had escaped into the woods, and are they sure that he is not in this community anymore. What they told me was that they cleared that area of woods. They did not say where he was, but they did say that they believe, of course, that this was a targeted attack and no one else is in danger. I think it's important to note that they said they have a tremendous amount of video of this suspect, everything leading up to his climb up to the roof on the building, the shooting, and then his escape afterwards into a nearby neighborhood. Then they canvassed that neighborhood looking for more cameras, Ring doorbell cameras, security cameras, that sort of thing. They presumably collected even more video there. And I find it interesting that they don't want to release this video to the public just yet. That leads me to believe that they have some pretty good leads on this individual, and that they might have a pretty good picture of him. Why wouldn't they release it to the public? Well, it could start a frenzy here, and there are a lot of online sleuths that could be looking into this and misidentify people, and it sounds like they have confidence in the information.
Hopefully so. This was Dean on the live stream.
No, watching your dad. Imagine being a 12-year-old. You know, watching your dad fucking die. Nobody deserves that. Not even Charlie Kirk. Nobody deserves that. I'm sorry that you guys have to see me like this. Man.
So Brian Nenton posted 2 minutes ago. The latest is persons of interest interviewed yesterday are not suspects. Weapons recovered, bolt action rifle found in the woods. Suspect blended in well, appears to be college age. I'm wondering if it was somebody that went to that college. Suspect fled into a neighborhood, and they have good video footage.
A stunning detail, even to see the footage from right before that shot rang out. Carter Evans is there at the location where the shooting took place and in the room where investigators just gave us an update on their search for the suspect. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland joins us now from Washington with, Scott, what you are learning. The fact that investigators wanted to have this press conference effectively first thing.
They're saying Minnesota Vikings superstar Justin Jefferson immediately stepped in, pledging to pay all living and educational expenses for Kirk's 2 children. Wow. Is that true? I don't know if that's true, though. The Justin thing, I don't know if this is true. We'll have to see. Take that with a grain of salt until we confirm it. Let me see what else.
And Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just the colleges. It's the nonprofits. It's the movies. It's Hollywood. It's all of it. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say, no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me.
Apparently this teacher, too, Samantha Marengo, teacher at King Elementary School, posted a video online appearing to celebrate Charlie Kirk's death.
God bless America.
They're having drinks, yeah. Oh yeah, even Ben Shapiro probably got a threat. I don't know if this is a real one, but when you're at this level, you got to take everything as real. Ben Shapiro posted, like all of you, I'm utterly stunned and heartbroken and sick to my soul today. It is unimaginable to write these words. I met Charlie Kirk when he was 18 years old, a young man so eager and determined that I immediately turned to a friend and said, that kid is going somewhere. This chick under their post, keep them doors locked. You are next. And apparently they found who that person's real account is. Berkeley student. So the internet's doing what it does. Let's see what else.
Say they heard one single shot. Afterward, the suspect then jumped off the building and fled through a neighborhood where he eluded authorities and is on loose.
Brian Nenton said that investigators collected footprints, palm print, and forearm imprints for analysis. FBI says they're confident in their ability to track the suspect. If that changes, they will ask for the media's help. So hopefully they find this person, this perp.
This is certainly indicative of planning. Having the timing, having the particular firearm for that particular mission, and somebody who ditched the firearm in the woods during an escape, potentially a planned escape.
And check this out, this witness.
After I got done talking to him, I really couldn't exit because there's such a big crowd. So I turned around, and like 10 to 20 seconds later, after I got done talking to Charlie, I saw that he was shot in the neck and that he was squirting blood everywhere. But I was piecing things together. And it was really weird because the second guest that I talked to, before I went and asked him the question, what I was going to ask him, he was talking to him about how he was going to ask about transgenderism or something like that, but nothing about shootings. And this is the irony that came to me, which was like, right when he asked that, not like 5-10 seconds later, he was shot. And not only that, right after that, someone confessed to it who had no weapon, which makes me think that it was clearly a setup and that multiple people were involved. So, but prior to that, that's all I saw because everyone was squirming.
Did you see anybody fire a shot?
I didn't see anyone fire a shot. I think it had to come from an elevated position for sure.
To say Harry Sisson deleting videos.
Insane. We have some insane breaking news. Charlie Kirk has been shot at an event in.
Oh, no, Harry. You don't get to do this. Buddy boy, you've talked so bad about Charlie Kirk day in and day out. Oh, you know, son, it's on your hands. The blood's on your hands, buddy boy. You have done so much propaganda, Harry. You have brainwashed so many people, Harry. And now you're going to turn around and try to act like you're the good guy? Oh, no, you're a devil. You're a Democratic devil. You and your people like CNN and Jolly Good Ginger, all you have done is escalated violence in this country to the point they are hunting us, and people are getting shot. Innocent people are getting shot. All Charlie talks about is the family. But no, here's little Harry Sisson, always dividing.
Okay. There was this other clip that went viral. This guy, what did he say? I haven't watched this.
You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He did us all a favor.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself? Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
Nope. I take off.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
A few moments later.
Oh, so you Trump supporters want to call my mom and threaten to kill my mom? Oh, yeah. That's why I called the police on you. And I'm reporting you for doxing and harassment. You're going to fucking prison, buddy. That's a federal charge. You're really going to call my mom and threaten her on the phone? Yep. Okay, I didn't want to bring the police in this because I hate the police. But now.
You hate the police, but you're calling the police. Ain't that some shit with these people? They fund the police, you hate the police, but you're here calling the police. Make that make sense.
You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do. Sure do.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He did us all a favor.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself? Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
Nope. I take off.
A few moments later.
Oh, so you Trump supporters want to call my mom and threaten to kill my mom? Oh, yeah. That's why I called the police on you. And I'm reporting you for doxing and harassment. You're going to fucking prison, buddy. That's a federal charge. You're really going to call my mom and threaten her on the phone? Yep. Okay, I didn't want to bring the police in this because I hate the police, but now I'm going to. I have all the receipts. You're fucked. You are fucked. They can trace your phone calls. You called my mom and said you're going to kill her? Okay, wait till I get home. I dare you, double dog dare you, to show up to my house. I will kill you my fucking self. Don't ever threaten my mom out like that, bitch. Fuck you, Trump supporters. You guys are pussies. You guys are gonna dox my mom? Oh, you got me fucked up now. I'm pissed. Oh, you thought I was being nice now. I'm about to fly around and fuck you guys up. Oh.
I don't know, man. Just be careful inviting that into your life, wishing and cheering on people's death. And then when things come around back your way, you're running and crying and calling the police.
You do see clips circulating online of him talking about the Epstein files, sometimes entertaining some conspiracy theories, but he thought of himself that way, which is interesting, and he would dare people to come and debate him. When I look at the video and analyze it, he was so relaxed, so comfortable. Really, there didn't seem to be any sense of an imminent threat at all. So yes, he had his security team, but yes, they also chose a very vulnerable position to be sitting low down with lots of buildings and elevated positions, not covered by law enforcement, not covered by security. That location was extremely difficult to secure. It also proved to be a very easy place from which to flee. The fact that this individual who is seen on some of this footage running away on the roof, it appears to be that the shooter, it just goes to show how these outdoor venues are so difficult to secure.
The fact that this happened on a college campus is also part of the calculation here. We're in a moment in the country where college campuses are being highly criticized for not protecting their students enough, either because of rhetoric, dialogue, insults.
Trump to speak at 9/11. Okay, yeah, Trump's having a 9/11 service at the Pentagon. And by the way, yeah, rest in peace to all the people that passed away and all the people that sacrificed, and you know the rescuers, the law enforcement, the paramedics, firefighters. I was in New York when that happened, 9/11. I was at John Adams High School, so I always remember that too. It's 9/11 today. This is dispatch audio from activists' murder.
QVU by the Fountain reported one individual that was shot, unknown where the shooter went. QVU in Orem has had an active shooter at the Charlie Kirk event. We're getting several calls. We're trying to get more information.
418 copy. How many injured do we have?
Just one person. Sounds like maybe another individual. The car, we're not sure if they're a patient or if they're just trying to get out of the area.
We do have officers following the victim to Tiffin Other Hospital.
Just east of the library. He's wearing jeans, black shirt, black mask, long rifle.
To UVU, there was one shot. We are staging at the front of the school by the roundabout.
Is on top of the building on the far north side, just east of the library, wearing jeans, black shirt, black vest.
Copy. Can you confirm with PD, do they have the shooter in custody?
Your DPS is requesting us try and get that motorcycle stopped, maybe a suspect in that shooting.
How do you want to be remembered? I mean, if I die, everything just goes away. How would you, if you could be associated with one thing, how would you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith in my life.
Charlie Kirk was 32 years old. Charlie Kirk had a wife and 2 kids. Charlie Kirk was assassinated today at a free speech, open forum debate. It was his platform. Like, that's what he did. That's what he cared about. It was called Turning Point USA. Now, there's a lot of people out there who did not agree with Charlie's viewpoints. I didn't agree with everything the man said. There were things that he said that I absolutely disagreed with, flat out, hands down, full stop. There was a lot of things that I absolutely did agree with that he had to say. But for people to use political violence and to take him out in front of thousands of people, man, our country is broken right now. And our country is heading in a bad direction. And I know there's a lot of people out there right now celebrating what happened. I did a little bit of scrolling after I got off my live about this situation because I learned about this situation with y'all in real time. And I needed a little bit of time to process and think my thoughts and come to a point where I could speak about my opinion on this now that I have more of the information. But I did a little scrolling because sometimes I do that when I get anxiety. I'll sit there and I'll just doom scroll for a little bit. And the amount of people that I found that were celebrating this man's death absolutely hurt my heart. Like, on top of the fact that this dude was just brutally murdered, the amount of people out there with just hate, vitriol, and darkness in their hearts really made my soul sad. And a lot of them are all on one side of the political spectrum, dude. Like, I'm going to be really honest with you.
Keep it real.
Because I'm not right, and I'm not left. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. I'm an American citizen, but y'all motherfuckers on the left make it so hard, bro. You make it so hard to defend you. You make it so hard to want to advocate for you as well as everyone else because the things that you say are so disgusting. And the right does it sometimes too. But like, you guys have become something completely different than what the Democratic Party ever was. You guys have taken this to such an extreme. You guys have become the violence. You used to be the party of love and tolerance. Now you're the party of hatred and vitriol and threats. And honestly, you call everybody else fascists, but you guys are the fucking fascists in this situation.
That's literally what I said yesterday. This guy named JD DeLay, Flossie sent me the video clip. That's literally what I said yesterday.
You call everybody else fascists, but you guys are the fucking fascists in this situation, man. You want to shut down anybody who doesn't agree with your takes, who doesn't stand for your causes. Like, it's not even enough for somebody not to say the things that trigger you, because now you've come up with this whole silence is violence thing.
Silence is violence.
Words are not violence. Silence is not violence. You're speaking to a man who has seen and experienced and perpetrated real violence. And let me tell you, your soft baby back bullshit is absolutely fucking retarded. You guys have taken this way too far, and now people are legitimately starting to die because of it. Little kids at church schools. Charlie Kirk. Now, there was the Minnesota, I believe it was, Democrat senator that got killed, and I reject and rebuke that political violence just as much as any other. Political violence is an act of domestic terrorism, and it doesn't matter what side it comes from. If you are attacking or using violence to put fear into people over political standpoints, that is an act of terrorism. And you should be literally hung for fucking treason if you're doing that in this country and you are an American citizen. I think we need to bring public executions back.
Damn.
I think that's
you said public executions back.
our way out of this. Honestly, I think that we have to make an example out of some of these people. And I don't care what side they're on. If they commit one of these heinous, disgusting acts, we need to break a few eggs to get this omelet right, you guys. It needs to be public. It needs to be live streamed. It needs to be broadcast. It needs to be put on giant billboard monitors in New York City.
Let me see. Is he saying anything about
that? Outdoor rallies are a choice for.
Okay, no, let's keep listening.
People need to see what happens. Making public examples out of people kept a lot of people in line for a really long time. And I'm not even getting into all of the crazy other people that I think need to be publicly executed. That dude who did the train murder of that poor little Ukrainian girl. Literally any pedophile. Anybody who's proven to have done any of that crazy shit with Epstein. There are so many people that I think are disposable. I think as a society, we need to not only just trim the fat, but we need to make an occasion out of it. I would love to bring...
Let me play... There was something else I want. Okay. Jeffree Star. I have no idea what Jeffree Star said, but Jeffree Star commented on this. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up on the screen.
Kirk was just shot and is now passed away while he was debating at the Utah Valley College. And this happened while we've been streaming. I've literally been editing a video. I'm about to upload it right now. And I'm literally stunned. Like, what is going on, dude? For speaking the truth, that's what happened? Are you fucking kidding me right now? If you watch me daily, we don't really get political in this room. We are all about positivity, makeup, sarcasm, jokes, trolling, clapping back, being fun. Okay, this is a grown man who fought for the truth, who went all around our country debating people of all walks of life, walks of religion, walks of sexuality. He debated everybody. And if you're in here saying it wasn't the truth, you are a they, them loser, okay? You are one of those people who doesn't want to live in reality. You want to live in your weird little brain up here, okay? You are delusional. You are not right in the head, okay? So any of you weirdos coming in here, Charlie fought for the truth. He debated people.
There you go.
All over this country. And he didn't care what you were.
Oh, okay,
he
Jeffrey.
still had a conversation with everybody. Why did I respect him? Because he knows reality.
Okay, all right, Jeffrey. I know some of you are probably really upset with you on that.
At the time, it was the biggest building ever built. From that moment forward, this structure stood as a monument to American strength, power, and cherished American freedom. Exactly 6 decades later, on September 11th, 2001. Those same walls, built with the sweat and muscle, blood of our parents and grandparents, were scarred by flame and shaken by terror as our country came face to face with pure evil. On that fateful day, savage monsters attacked the very symbols of our civilization. Yet here in Virginia.
So there's some new video that people are posting. Thank you, Kelly, for tagging me. They're saying that this is just watch video claiming to capture the killer in action. I don't. It wasn't caught in it. Let me see. That's the shooter.
Somebody's shooting over here. Hell of people running. There he is, right there. Okay. That guy. He's the guy.
I don't know. I think he was wearing all black, though.
Came crashing down so suddenly. In the quarter of a century since those acts of mass murder, 9/11 family members have felt the weight of missed birthdays and empty bedrooms, journals left unfinished, and dreams left unfulfilled. To every member that still feels a void every day of your lives, the First Lady and I unite with you in sorrow.
That's from July.
And today, as one nation, we renew our sacred vow that we will never forget September 11th, 2001. Amid the horror of that morning, some used cell phones and office lines to whisper their final words to those who mattered most. They whispered indeed.
So that's a 9/11 right now happening. So I saw this post. This is the kind of guy Charlie Kirk was.
And I can tell you I'm super blessed. I have the best wife in the world. We have an amazing life. Building a family is the coolest thing ever. And my prayer for all of you is that you one day can do that.
Oh, thank you. That was Nevada casino shooting? Okay. People do that a lot. On X, they'll post some video and correlate it to something that has no relation.
That's so cute.
It's honestly the most joyful thing. And I've had some pretty amazing experiences. I've been very, very blessed. Very lucky, you could say, but very blessed is the word I would use. And the greatest joy I've ever had is coming home to my little daughter running up to my leg. There's nothing that even comes close to it. Not flying on Air Force One, not meeting with presidents. That pales in comparison to your little girl coming up and squeezing your leg.
Oh.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, these people are just full of hate. I think these people live their life in hate and anger, and there's nothing going on, no positivity in their life. And especially when somebody's highlight in their life is somebody being murdered, there is no positivity, no positive in your life. Those are the people that live in misery. And they're always worried about everybody else but themselves. That's why they never get anywhere. They're worried about everybody else but themselves. Always complaining, angry. If they would just spend a little bit of time on themselves instead of everybody else, they would get somewhere. But they don't, and they live in misery.
Yeah, but you literally have idiots, demented, fucking demon-ass bitches out here supporting the shit, dog. So y'all die on that sword, bro. Y'all keep barking that shit. Y'all keep talking that shit. Y'all are giving the other side a reason. Y'all gonna fuck around and find out. It's like, even if I was up here on some kumbaya shit and telling people to simmer down and, don't run with it, bro. It's just, mental health shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. The cat is out the fucking bag and motherfuckers are waiting for a reason to pop off. And now you gave motherfuckers the ultimate reason to pop off because you took out the ultimate right-winger, bro. You took out the top of the fucking food chain. The only thing higher than that is fucking Trump. You missed out on that motherfucker. And this shit's worse because you actually took Kirk out, and Kirk ain't a politician. All he does is speak his truth. All he does is try to make his version of America great again. He's not invading on nobody's rights. He's not forcing people to do shit they don't want to do. All he's doing is having intelligent discourse with fucking retards for the most part and got his life taken for it. So what that means is that there's no talking. There's no talking. Y'all keep that fucking energy, bruh. Because, shit is real now.
Very, very much so.
Like, why is that exactly?
Jesus saved.
You a Christian, by any chance?
Very, very much so.
Like, why is that exactly?
Jesus saved my life. I'm a sinner. Gave my life to Christ. Most important decision I ever made.
So you believe the Bible is real?
Yes, I believe the Bible is true and real. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I could give you the technical answer. There's never been an archaeological discovery that has contradicted the truth of the Bible. And then, of course, the wisdom. There's not a truth of the Bible that if you apply to your life does not improve dramatically. And then finally, we have the most accurate and transparent, historically robust account that one can have of the most important figure ever to live in the history of the world, Jesus of Nazareth. And the resurrection is the pinpoint of my belief that Jesus did rise from the grave so that we may live.
What makes Christian mythology real?
So that's not mythology, but that is theology. If Genesis 1:1 and the resurrection is true, anything in the Bible is possible. You're looking at the greatest miracle. The greatest miracle is creation. And then the fact that Jesus rose from the dead. And I say, how do you know that Jesus rose from the dead? Well, show me another historical piece of a story where so many people willingly died a brutal death for a lie. Every single person around him had everything to lose, and yet they went to the absolute death, from Paul to Peter to the half-brother of James, saying that Jesus is Lord, Jesus rose from the dead. Not to mention, if you were going to fake a story, you would not use female witnesses in the ancient world. In the scriptures, it said that the women were the first one to see Jesus Christ. If you're trying to fake a story, you would never do that.
And they're saying here, let me see this. This is an interesting clip.
Some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about? Can you be specific?
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous, but this is what you do. This is what you do. You take people and you put them under the spotlight, and you.
Well, hold on. I didn't ask you to come up here. You voluntarily came to the front of the line. You didn't have to do that.
You're purposely antagonizing people on campus, asking people to come up by spreading your weird agenda.
How? What agenda is that? I'm confused though.
So Charlie.
So this chick, somebody had posted it and said that this chick, she flashed her nipple or on purpose. They're saying on purpose.
Some laws Congress should pass. I have to ask, what laws are you talking about?
Obviously, at the time, it wasn't censored, but people forget that this video went viral, a typical Charlie Kirk event, where he educated. She exposed her nipple to have his content removed from YouTube. There's nothing they won't do to stop peaceful dialogue. Wokeism is a mental disorder. Okay, let me see if anything else.
Of Defense, the Department of War, it will be different. We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between. And then we decided to change the name. Well, now we have it back to where we all want it. Everybody wanted it. Everybody is so happy to have it back. You will fail and America will win, win, win. The enemy will always fail. 24 years have passed since that Tuesday morning in September, and an entire generation.
Antoine made a post to my brother who is now with our Father. I miss you. I will miss you. Thank you for all you've done, and your memories will always live with us. My family's praying for you.
White Chocolate is here.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I gave him the name White Chocolate. He can say it anytime he wants to.
That's
all
a
right?
fact. He actually did.
Okay, this brother got more soul than a lot of people running around here acting like they brothers. He's a real brother. And before it was cool to stand up and say that you were for this president, he was doing it. And he made sure that he brought a lot of us here, man. I love you guys.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy times we're in. All right. I think I'm going to call it for now. I have a couple things to do this morning. But yeah, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Condolences to his family. Just heartbreaking travesty. And yeah, I mean, this was taking it to the next level. But we've kind of known this too, you know, like these people, you can only vote one way without getting a bunch of crap. You know, if you vote the other way, if you voted for Trump or any other belief, these people attack you. You know, they try to destroy you. You put a hat on, it's over. We knew that shit a long time ago. You lose your job. Right? This is the people of acceptance and democracy. Right? So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm waiting for the shooter to be found. So, you know, if the shooter's found, hopefully today, I'll jump back on. We'll cover it. I'm wondering who the shooter is, the details, the person. Stephen Colbert made a...
Good evening, everybody. After our scripts for tonight's show were finished this afternoon, we here at The Late Show learned that Charlie Kirk, a prominent right-wing activist, was killed at a speaking engagement in Utah. Our condolences go out to his family and all of his loved ones. I'm old enough to personally remember the political violence of the 1960s. And I hope it is obvious to everyone in America that political violence does not solve any of our political differences. Political violence only leads to more political violence. And I pray with all my heart that this is the aberrant action of a madman and not a sign of things to come. Good evening, everyone.
Because Charlie represents not just, he represents so much to the conservative movement. He is, there's not a person they could have took from us that is more important besides maybe Trump or somebody like that. But that's how important that man is and has been. Just the way he died, you know, doing what he loves, getting shot. For what? For what? What did he do? This is supposed to be America. This is not America. This is not the America I grew up in. It's not. The left has turned this into a scary place for people like me and others that just love our country, right? We're doing the best we can to love God, and Charlie was a man of God, man. The AmFest, he cannot be replaced, and they know this. That's why they came after him. That's why he picked Charlie. It's hard for me. I mean, I've never met him. That's how you know when you've impacted the world, when your death makes people who never met you break down like they're your best, like.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the do you support his death?
I do.
You support his death?
Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk and you support his death.
Do you support a Nazi?
No, I don't support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk.
This is the Nazi shit too. These people have been so brainwashed. You know. Anyway, all right, I'll catch you guys later. I hope you guys have a good morning. You know, I'm going to decompress, try to take my mind off of the stuff for a little bit. But I will be looking and paying attention for when the shooter is caught so we can update that. And hopefully bring this person to justice. This lady over here, one more video. There's so many videos. Oh no, this is not. She has not worked for Larkin in several years. Okay.
I was really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot because he's right. Empathy is.
They're saying this is a doctor, Dr. Tatiana Atkins.
I'm just really glad Charlie Kirk just got himself fucking shot because he's right. Empathy is dangerous to society. So no one should give a fuck that he's dead. He said it. I'm just saying his words. All I'm doing is using his words. You can't be mad at me for using his words. I think empathy is a new wave thing and is very problematic. You right. No empathy for you. Zero.
All right, guys. Take care. Love you. Peace. Bye. Bloop, bloop.